One of the most iconic sci-fi twists almost didn't make it to the big screen. The studio thought it was too shocking, but the director fought to keep it in. That's just one of the groundbreaking movies that we're talking about today. From pioneering special effects to thought-provoking storylines, these movies shaped the genre as we know it today. So let's see which films made the cut and discover how they changed sci-fi cinema forever. Fantasy, sci-fi, horror, rerun zone. 2001, A Space Odyssey, 1968.
It can only be attributable to human error. This sort of thing has cropped up before, and it has always been due to human error.
Stanley Kubrick's 2001 A Space Odyssey revolutionized visual effects in cinema and is a landmark film in cinematic history. This masterpiece set new benchmarks for how space is portrayed on screen. The use of groundbreaking special effects techniques created unprecedented realism in zero-gravity environments and spacecraft models. Kubrick's approach to visual effects was revolutionary. He introduced techniques that became staples in the genre and pushed the boundaries of what was visually possible. Kubrick once said that the challenge was to make it look effortless, when in reality, it was incredibly complex. The film's depiction of spacecraft in zero-gravity environments was achieved by meticulously building large-scale miniature models. These models weren't just props, but engineered art pieces designed to look authentic from every angle. The impact of 2001: A Space Odyssey on sci-fi cinema can't be overstated. It inspired generations of filmmakers to strive for visual and narrative innovation. The film's slow pace, use of silence and music, and philosophic inquiries into human evolution, artificial intelligence, and the nature of reality have influenced countless works, from Star Wars to Interstellar. Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey reshaped the perception of what cinema could be, and it stands as a testament to the power of film to explore the cosmos. Planet of the Apes, 1968.
I know who I am, but who are you? How in hell did this upside-down civilization get started?
When Planet of the Apes hit theaters, it introduced us to a world where primates ruled and humans were the slaves. Charlton Heston plays astronaut Taylor, and when he and his crew awaken from hibernation, they find a grim reality. Their spacecraft has crashed on a seemingly alien planet after traveling thousands of years into the future. The three astronauts, Dodge, Landon, and Taylor, wander through barren landscapes encountering primitive, mute humans before being ambushed by guerrilla soldiers. Dodge is killed by the guerrillas, Landon is captured, and Taylor is shot in the throat and taken to Ape City, an advanced civilization where apes dominate and humans are treated as vermin. Under the care of chimpanzee psychologist Zira and her fiancé Cornelius, Taylor slowly recovers. When his voice finally returns, his first words shock his captors.
Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape!
This pivotal moment establishes Taylor as a significant threat. Dr. Zaius, the leader of the orangutans, tries to hide Taylor's discoveries, fearing they would disrupt ape society. Taylor learns Landon has been lobotomized and discovers Dodge's body displayed in a museum. When Zira and Cornelius help, he escapes to the Forbidden Zone, where remnants of a human civilization predate the apes. In a dramatic confrontation, Taylor forces Dr. Zaius to enter a cave containing human artifacts, including a talking doll, a chilling confirmation of humanity's past dominance. The story's legendary twist ending is credited to Rod Serling, who reimagined Pierre Boulez's original novel. While Serling's vision of a modern city dominated by apes was abandoned for budgetary reasons, his suggestion to feature the ruins of the Statue of Liberty became iconic. As Taylor and Nova ride along the shoreline, the shattered statue emerges, revealing this alien planet is actually Earth, destroyed by nuclear war. Overcome with despair, Taylor curses humanity's folly in a haunting finale. Fantastic Voyage, 1966.
You said there was a quick way out. We could follow the optic nerve to the corner of the eye.
Imagine shrinking down to a microscopic size and embarking on an adventure through the human body. A journey as perilous as any voyage through uncharted seas. That's the premise of the 1966 film Fantastic Voyage, a cinematic marvel that took audiences on an unprecedented exploration inside the human body. The story begins with a daring Cold War-era rescue mission. Scientist Dr. Banesh, who has discovered a method to shrink matter, is critically injured while defecting to the West. To save his life and extract his vital knowledge, a team of experts undertakes an unprecedented mission, shrinking themselves and a submarine, called the Proteus, down to microscopic size to perform life-saving surgery inside his body. Led by medical surgeon Dr. Duval, his assistant Cora Peterson, CIA agent Grant, pilot Captain Owens, and a secretive mission specialist Dr. Michaels, the team navigates Benet's bloodstream in a race against time. Their journey takes them through awe-inspiring landscapes of arteries, lungs, and the heart, encountering challenges like antibodies and turbulent currents. To add to the tension, the shrinking process has a strict 1-hour limit before the miniaturization reverses, threatening their lives and Benet's survival. Their mission is further complicated when it's revealed that one of the crew members is a saboteur, working to thwart the operation. The film, inspired by a story idea from Otto Clement and Jerome Bixby, was brought to life by screenwriter Harry Kleiner and benefited from cutting-edge special effects that earned it 2 Academy Awards. It's a thrilling blend of science fiction, medical drama, and Cold War intrigue. Hey everybody, it's Rich from Rerun Zone. Just wanted to take a minute to thank my channel members who helped bring this video to you. If you'd like to help support my efforts, sign up to be a channel member for as little as 99 cents. Click the link in the first pinned comment below for more info. Oh, and hit that subscribe button while you're down there. It really does help me out. Thanks for watching, and now back to the show. The Time Machine, 1960.
If that machine can do what you say it can, destroy it. Destroy it, George, before it destroys you!
In The Time Machine, based on H.G. Wells' timeless novel, George, a Victorian inventor, defies the boundaries of his era to chase the ultimate question: what lies ahead for humanity? Played by Rod Taylor, George constructs a dazzling, brass-clad machine capable of traveling through time. With a mix of awe and trepidation, he steps inside, setting the dials forward into the unknown. His initial leaps through the decades show rapid technological progress, but also the shadow of war and human suffering. In a particularly harrowing stop, he witnesses London destroyed by a nuclear holocaust. Undeterred, George pushes farther into the future, eventually arriving in the year 802,701, a seemingly serene world where the remnants of humanity, the gentle and childlike Eloy, live in harmony with nature. But appearances are definitely deceiving. George soon discovers the Eloy are controlled by the terrifying Morlocks, a subterranean race of monstrous beings who maintain the Eloy as livestock. Determined to free them, George confronts the Morlocks in their eerie labyrinthine tunnels, battling their oppressive hold. The film's striking visuals, such as the mesmerizing time-lapse effects of cities rising and falling, bring George's journey to vivid life. The film's special effects were groundbreaking, especially its use of time-lapse photography to illustrate the passage of time. This innovative technique won the film an Academy Award for Best Special Effects, and also set a precedent for visual storytelling in cinema. The film remains a hallmark of classic sci-fi cinema, urging us to consider not just where we're going, but who we'll eventually become along the way. The Day of the Triffids, 1962.
Then how does it move?
All plants move. They don't usually pull themselves out of the ground and chase you.
This movie is a chilling blend of science fiction and horror that imagines a world plunged into chaos by nature gone wrong. The film opens with a spectacular celestial event. A meteor shower lights up the skies, dazzling people worldwide. But what seems like a marvel quickly becomes a catastrophe. The brilliant display leaves nearly everyone who witnesses it blind, reducing society to chaos overnight. In this disorienting new reality, the Earth faces a new threat: Triffids. These towering carnivorous plants with an eerie ability to move and kill begin to prey on humanity, spreading unchecked in the absence of sighted defenders. The origins of the Triffids are mysterious, but they prove to be a deadly force attacking humans and spreading their spores. The menacing plants became a challenge for filmmakers to try and make vegetation scary. They brought Triffids to life using puppetry techniques, employing rods and wires to create lifelike movements. But it was the sound design that truly amplified the terror of the Triffids. The sound team introduced an array of rustling, clicking, and menacing noises to accompany the Triffids' movements. With its eerie atmosphere and grim exploration of humanity's fragility, The Day of the Triffids captures the terror of societal collapse and the resilience needed to survive. Its iconic premise and haunting imagery make it a standout in the annals of classic sci-fi cinema. Robinson Crusoe on Mars, 1964.
Mars gravity's taking over, pulling us down. Prepare to eject. Emergency procedure.
In 1964, Robinson Crusoe on Mars invited audiences to imagine Mars not as a CGI spectacle, but as a world grounded in the science and artistry of its time. Transforming Death Valley's Zabriskie Point into a believable Martian terrain, the film used Lawrence Butler's effects and Albert Whitlock's stunning matte paintings to create vast alien vistas that felt otherworldly and authentic. These weren't just backdrops, they were portals to the Red Planet. Incorporating flat animation techniques inspired by NASA's educational films, the spacecraft sequences achieved a documentary-like realism. They offered a stark contrast to today's CGI-heavy depictions. The filmmakers also embraced 1960s scientific theories, presenting Mars as a planet with atmosphere and water, which lent credibility to Commander Draper's harrowing survival tale. Albert Nozaki, known for his designs in The War of the Worlds, shaped the film's alien technology, forging a visual link between two sci-fi classics. This blend of creativity and plausibility brought Mars to life as both alien and strangely familiar. Robinson Crusoe on Mars achieved a remarkable feat. It made Mars feel not just as a distant, fantastical setting, but as a place where human stories of isolation, ingenuity, and survival could be told. It captured a moment in time where science fiction was as much about pushing the boundaries of what was known as it was about imagining what could be. First Men in the Moon, 1964.
What I'm experimenting with is a sort of coating, or rather a metallic paste, which will, in point of fact, cut off the force of gravity.
Let's journey back to 1964, a time when science fiction films were a delightful escape into the unknown. One such gem is First Men in the Moon, a British film that beautifully blends adventure and imagination. Adapted from H.G. Wells' 1901 novel The First Men in the Moon, the film was masterfully directed by Nathan Joran and brought to life with Ray Harryhausen's pioneering stop-motion animation. The story begins in 1964 with the United Nations mission landing on the moon only to find a tattered Union Jack flag and a note dating back 65 years claiming the moon for Queen Victoria. This intriguing find leads them to Arnold Bedford, an elderly man in a nursing home, who recounts his extraordinary adventure from 1899. Bedford, along with his fiancée Kate Callender and the eccentric inventor Joseph Cavor, embarks on a lunar voyage in a gravity-defying sphere coated with cavorite. Upon arrival, they encounter the Selenites, an insect-like civilization dwelling beneath the moon's surface. The film captures their thrilling escapades and the challenges they face in this alien world. For those who love classic cinema, First Men in the Moon is a delightful blend of Victorian charm and mid-20th century filmmaking. It was an era when storytelling and practical effects transported audiences to new worlds, sparking wonder and imagination. Quatermass and the Pit, 1967.
Harder than diamond. That's the material every rocket engineer's been looking for.
What are you trying to say?
That the Germans didn't make this and then lose the secret.
In Quatermass and the Pit, workers extending the London Underground subway uncover a 5 million-year-old ape-man skull and a mysterious metallic object. Believing it's an unexploded bomb from World War II, they call in the military. But Professor Quatermass and Dr. Roney discover that the object is actually a Martian spaceship, buried for millions of years. Inside the ship, they find insectoid Martian corpses and learn that these aliens genetically altered early humans to create a colony on Earth. As they look deeper, strange occurrences intensify around the subway, triggering powerful psychic phenomenon in Londoners, recalling ancient legends of the devil. A terrifying climax happens when the spaceship's energy is accidentally unleashed, causing telekinetic chaos and a spectral Martian image to loom over London. It's considered one of the best Hammer horror films and has a strong cult following. In this classic, ancient evil meets futuristic fears and spirals into a terrifying encounter with an alien presence that predates humanity. It's the essence of 1960s British sci-fi. Barbarella, 1968.
The trouble is we don't know anything about Tau City or its inhabitants.
You mean they could still be living in a primitive state of neurotic irresponsibility?
Precisely.
In the year 1968, amidst the backdrop of Cultural Revolution, director Roger Vadim unveiled Barbarella, a film that would become a hallmark of sci-fi cinema. Starring Jane Fonda, then Vadim's wife, the movie is an adaptation of Jean-Claude Forest's French comic series. Fonda embodies Barbarella, a daring space adventurer from the 41st century, tasked by Earth's president to locate the missing scientist Durand, whose creation, the positronic ray, poses a dire threat to humanity. The film's story takes Barbarella on an odyssey through the Tau Ceti planetary system. Along her journey, she encounters a series of eclectic characters: the blind angel Pygar, the enigmatic Black Queen, and the peculiar Professor Ping. Each meeting challenges Barbarella's perceptions and propels her into surreal escapades, blending elements of adventure, fantasy, and a touch of sensuality. Barbarella is celebrated for its imaginative set designs and the distinctive visual flair characteristic of the late 60s. The film's soundtrack complements its whimsical tone, capturing the spirit of the era. When released, the film got a spectrum of reactions. While some critics praised its visuals, others criticized the shallowness of the story. In the United Kingdom, Barbarella achieved significant box office success, ranking as the second highest grossing film that year. Over the decades, Barbarella has transcended its initial reception, evolving into a cult classic. For those who experienced the transformative years of the 1960s, revisiting Barbarella offers a nostalgic journey into a film that mirrors the era's experimental nature and imaginative spirit. Fahrenheit 451, 1966.
Well, take my word for it, Montag. There's nothing there. The books have nothing to say.
In 1966, visionary French director François Truffaut ventured beyond his native language to bring Ray Bradbury's acclaimed 1953 novel Fahrenheit 451 to the silver screen. This marked Truffaut's first color film and his only English-language project, a testament to his passion for storytelling. Set in a dystopian future, the film introduces us to Guy Montag, portrayed by the talented Austrian actor Oskar Werner. Montag is a fireman, but not in the traditional sense. Instead of putting out fires, his duty is to burn books, which the oppressive government has outlawed to suppress dissent and independent thought. Julie Christie delivers a remarkable dual performance as both Montag's wife Linda, who's absorbed by mind-numbing television programs, and Clarice, a free-spirited schoolteacher who challenges Montag to question his role in society. The film's production took place at the iconic Pinewood Studios in England, a hub for many classic films. Truffaut collaborated with renowned cinematographer Nicholas Roeg, whose visual artistry enhanced the film's haunting atmosphere. Complementing the visuals, the evocative score by composer Bernard Herrmann, known for his extraordinary work on Hitchcock's films, deepened the emotional resonance of the story. When released, Fahrenheit 451 received critical acclaim for its thought-provoking themes and compelling performances. It was even nominated for the prestigious Golden Lion at the 27th Venice International Film Festival. For anyone who loves classic sci-fi cinema, Truffaut's adaptation of Fahrenheit 451 remains a poignant exploration of censorship and the enduring power of literature. It remains a prophetic warning against government censorship and the importance of free speech in the world today. These classics laid the groundwork for today's visual spectacles. By revisiting them, we can gain a deeper appreciation for the ingenuity that brought these fantastical worlds to life. If you agree or disagree, or if I've missed any of your favorite 1960s sci-fi films, let me know in the comments below. As always, this is Rich from Rerun Zone, wishing you a good night.